I don't know if the camera's going to show this up or not. This is a farm dam. There's a croc there. There's another one there. There's actually, I can see a heap of babies up the other end there too. Now these are not freshies, these are all salties. There's another little one just there. Just goes to show, you know, like that. Just pull up at that farm dam there a second ago. Irrigate out of that all the time. In the summertime, sort of place that you'd think would be fairly cool to pull up and have a swim at, but it's any water around here you got to be careful of. And it's there's one big croc's been in there for a long time, but it's obviously had babies by the look of that. Alright, well, we're on the water. This is a good snag. I've caught a lot of fish off this snag. So we'll give it a go on this one first. We'll just sneak in here quiet. Have a few casts on the lead up to it. So I've got on what they call a 75mm pop. It's an atomic popper. We'll just see what's sitting up in this. Oh, there's a good one. That's the noise you want out of a popper. Just that little pop. And obviously, that's where they get their name. But it's little short jabs of the rod tip. Righto, so when you come up to a deep snag, this lure I got on here is called a semi-hard, and it's you've seen heaps of them. We've caught heaps of fish on them on the videos before, but these are like obviously I've been casting the edges, looking for jacks up on the edges, but when you come to deeper snags like this where you're either going to have deep jacks or finger mark and grunner, then these are good options. So I'll pull it out so you can have a look at it. This colour is called AU, which has got a yellow UV dot on the side so it stands out, but you can see that deep snag down there. So what I'm going to do is just cast just up current of it, feed it back down. A lot of the time you've got to get ready because a lot of the time these actually get hit on the drop. So just going to lift him, you'll feel it vibrate. Lift it. Oh, this one's tangled. Been looking all over the place, there's stuff happening. You can feel when they're tangled like that because they're not vibrating. So if they're not vibrating, any vibe does it. But they won't drill it. Oh, there's a message. So we'll vibrate it like that, let it sink down, vibrate it. Oh! Oi! Oi! Cod. I thought that might have been a jack or something heading for that tree, but it's just a little cod. So this is your tide line. So the tide's just starting to push in here now. So we're going to be fishing a push-in tide. So there's another spot that I wouldn't mind going to right now to catch the tide as it comes in. Right, so obviously I'm after a bite on a surface popper. So first thing we always do is put a popper in there first. If we don't get a bite, and we think there should be a fish there, if they're not sitting on the shallow end or feeding up shallow, then we'll put a plastic or a vibe. So it's a good looking snag. So put the vibe down, the popper down, and we'll put a vibe just off the end of it. Like that. These stuff feeding on the surface all around me. Got mozzie coil going, these midges are getting ordinary. So assume the position. Alright, let's see if there's anything. Usually when you get holes like this is a junction obviously off a creek. Usually holes at the mouths of these where they drop off a little bit, and that's where you get a lot of grunner, finger mark, jacks and stuff sitting right on the edge of the drop off out the front of them. So we'll see if there's anything in this one. Not real big, whatever that is. Little baby jack. Okay, so they might be sitting down a bit deeper. So that's a small version of what we're after. As long as you don't bite me, they've still got teeth. I'll get this fish over in the shallows over here, you can see. And yeah, some of them are GTs, but a lot of them are jacks. It's very tempting to sort of go past a snag like this and go and chase them surface ones, but there's that old expression they use is you don't go past fish to find fish. So we'll see if there's anything in here before we go and look elsewhere. Oh. So this is a little 60mm too. So the size of this vibe's 60, which is good. I mean, it catches grunner, finger mark, jacks, barrows. It's good. Oh, on the way down. Oh dear. It catches all sorts of different fish. What do we got? Nice jack. So he'd be just legal size, but he's too small for us. We want a bigger one. So while we have had bites up in the shallows, we've also had jack bites down deep. So, oh, what's this one? What's that? Another jack. So no real big ones here though. He's probably lucky to be 30 centimetres, that little thing, but maybe this one feels a bit more GT-ish or something. Yeah, GT. Come on, stop that. That'd be right. That little drain that we just fished up there is a big jack, smashing bait at the mouth of it now. Just my luck. And that's the thing, they're travelling, this stage of the tide, they're travelling, moving with the tide. They're not positioned up on these snags as much. Well, not all of them anyway. A lot of them are actually just travelling with the tide. Now, when I drifted past that tree there was a school of about 3 or 4 fish sitting just there. Now they could be finger marked. They look like finger mark on the sounder. Oh. That felt very finger markish too, by the way. Spot lock here. Oh, you tangled up. Tangle it up. Oh, she's come untangled. Just past it, where it was. Let it hit the bottom. And then work it back through where they were. Like that. Yeah, it feels like a cod or something, that one. Yeah. Codony. I know we have a crack at these things all the time, but they're such a pretty little fish, these things. And the colours on that. Oh, they're all black brim. They're all pikeys. Wow. God, there's still a heap of them sitting in there, look. Look at that. Just there. Oh, there's one. Look at that. Oh, big black pikeys. That's unreal, eh? I don't think I've ever seen a year when there's been this many pikeys around. Oh, stop. I mean, obviously they're a slow growing fish, so they've been there for a long time, but they just seem to be, the colour of that. There just seem to be a lot more of them. Oh, that's a good jack. Right, without showing him anything, jacks definitely today seem to be sitting down just that little bit deeper. The hits that we're getting on top just aren't hooking up. So, oh Jesus, that was a good hit. When they do that, like that was that last bite, he's driven that hook back down into the head. So that whole lure's been in his mouth and he's crunched it that way. So, you know, it's a decent sized fish to do that, apart from the fact that it was a really heavy thumping bite. And again, that one had weight on it. Look at the hook. I had a fair bit of weight on him when he hit that. Don't mind telling you, I'm bloody sweating. Supposed to be pretty hot today, so I'd say I'll bail about lunchtime. Got here as the sun come up, so it's the best time to be here, but it was a shocking cast. More big pikeys in there, look at them. But as we keep saying, usually where there's pikeys, there's jacks. So. A little clearing, a little gap up in there. That looks all right. Oh Jesus, they are all pikeys. My God. That's not a pikey, it's just a normal brim. Look at the size of the pikeys in there. I don't know if you can see them or not. It's an absolute monster. Look at that one's down there. Jesus. Wow. Look at them sitting in these snags here. Oh, that's Jack. There you go, it's that Jack pikey thing. Look at that on the sounder. I wonder if they're all pikeys. I'm going to chuck one of them blades through there and see what happens. So that's what the blade looks like. So there's fish underneath us, so we'll just drop it back there. Feed him down to the bottom. See if they're grunner. Oh, grunner. Or finger. So the rod I'm going to fish this little blade on is a 7 foot 3 to 10 pound. It's an estuary rod, so it's more meant for things like brim, flathead, whiting, all that sort of stuff. But they're amazingly sensitive in the tip, but they've got a fair bit of power in that butt section. So it doesn't only make fighting fish fun, but you can cast real light lures with it. So. And you tend not to pull hooks as much with this longer, softer rods when you're doing this sort of stuff. With a longer rod, that's the other thing I meant to mention before. With a short rod, when you're working vibes and stuff like that, when you vibe and you're at the top of your stroke like that, if you get hit then you're very short rod to try and set the hook. So your 7 foot rods give you that little bit more room to sort of lift and set the hook, take the slack out of the line and set the hook. So, and this is what you don't want. Bloody barracuda. Dirty rotten mongrel barracuda. Now when you're unhooking these things, you do have to be careful, because these bastards will watch you and they will snap at you. So, the other good thing about a blade is that even toothy critters like this don't hurt them. They might scratch the paint and stuff like that, but they don't hurt the lure itself. So dirty rock. So a lot of people came into the shop asking what was the go with the motor, why was the alarms going off and all that sort of stuff. The short answer is we don't know. I've got a new mechanic, a new mobile mechanic that is absolutely great guy. Very, very thorough with what he does, super experienced and just a good, genuine young fella. Luke Katsaris his name is. And he come round, took him bugger all time to service the motor, but extremely thorough. Like, he tested everything on it and everything came back good. Changed the impeller, everything, all the filters, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, he's done a great job and I've come a fair way so far.